Okay, so let's begin. As I mentioned that we have started the recording for this session, and by participating in this webinar, we understand that you have in your consensus to participate in this recording, and we may be using this for our social media portals as well. Okay, so I am Jessin. I'm not me. I am, as I said, my name is Jessin, and I run a company called EdulogiX. And I have worked with more than 950 nurses in the last 2 years, 2.5 years, in fact, for the OBA procedure. Before this, I was working with various higher education providers, including providers who were offering the bridging program. And I saw very closely when the bridging program got stopped and then later on moved to OBA. Personally, about myself, I came to Australia a few years ago, and later on understood that this is a beautiful place to live in. And when I came here, I already had a permanent residency in Canada. Was thinking to probably stay here for a year or so and then move to Canada. And I came from Philippines. I lived in Philippines for 4 years, traveled across Southeast Asia before coming to Australia. But when I came to Australia, very quickly, I can tell you, I fell in love with this beautiful country, and then decided I should not go back to Canada and probably settle down here. So that's a bit about myself. And as you can see that this webinar is being jointly conducted with Mantra Education and Migration. We have Deepak with us from Mantra Education. Deepak is a very dear friend of mine, as well as a very important colleague that I have who helps us in terms of all our university admissions and any kind of student handling issues and queries, though for those who want to pursue any degree courses, bachelor's or master's. Okay, just some basic ground rules. We'll request you all to be on mute, and we will give you a 15-minute slot at the end for this webinar for you to ask questions. Meanwhile, if you have any questions that you think that we haven't handled, please feel free to use the chat section, and one of our moderator will keep on letting us know that we have this question, and we'll try to answer this question. Saying that this is just a 1-hour webinar, the purpose of this webinar is to give you an overview. Hence, we may not be able to understand your individual situations in this webinar, and hence we will provide you a contact numbers. Give us a call any time after Monday to discuss any personal situations or anything that you would like us to discuss. Okay. We don't intend to give you any kind of migration advice in this webinar. That is not the objective. And Deepak's team has a extremely efficient migration team who will be able to help you in terms of any kind of migration advice. Okay, so before I go ahead, I'll request Deepak to quickly give you an introduction about him, about his company, and say hello to all of you.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Deepak. I'm the owner of Mantra Education and Migration. I'm a senior educational consultant here, working since almost 10 years now. And we have got our own company based in Sydney, and then we are opening very soon in Melbourne and expanding overseas as well. So today, Jessin is, I met Jessin during my this educational journey, and she used to work with the OBA program. I think I engaged with other providers as well. She's one of the good one I found, and that's what we work together very closely at the moment. Basically, I'm looking after only education part. Jessin is looking after the registration, OBA, and other parts. So she will explain later. So if you have got any questions regarding, just a few minutes ago, Nitin just highlighted a little bit. So if you have any kind of queries regarding your education part, we are not discussing migration today, but if you want to discuss migration, obviously you can drop your phone number so we can call you back later, but not today because we have got only very limited time, like 1 hour. So we'll just try to cover all the registration process and everything. So over to you, Jessin. Thank you.
Thanks, Deepak. Thank you very much for taking out time on a Saturday. My son is crying at the back, asking me to, why do you work on Saturday as well? So I'm sure same with you. Your family must be waiting. So let's straight on get into our today's program. Okay. So a little bit about, as Deepak has already introduced Mantra. So I'm sure that you must be aware that we are basically, we help overseas registered nurses to get their nursing license in Australia. So we help primarily with OBA program, that is NCLEX and OSCE training. However, we have expanded our scope with Mantra in terms of catering to those who do not want to take the OBA or who have been unsuccessful with the OBA procedure. Okay, so and we get so many different inquiries from people across the world who want to understand what other options are available. Okay, so we have a very popular YouTube channel and Facebook group where we have more than 6,000 people, 6,000 nurses across Australia and overseas who are regular watchers and subscribers of the content that we put every week, and we try to put lots of useful information. And if you haven't come across our channel, I'll request my colleague to put our links, and you must go and visit. See, equally with Deepak is very active on TikTok, a space that I am not very good at, but he is very active. So you must, Deepak, if it is possible for you, provide the link of your TikTok, profiles to them so that they can have a regular updates from you as well. Okay. Now, both me, our company, and Mantra, we try to provide value for money, varied options, and great support service. One of the things that we are very proud of is that a student, when comes to us, we try to treat him just as like a family member, and we try to help you, okay, as much as we can. But sometimes, we have our limited resources within which we have to work. So we obviously want your flexibility as well. Okay, so we try to provide you very top quality training in terms of NCLEX and OSCE training, as well as all services for your APRA application. Okay, so I told you about my Australian journey. I'm sure many of you must have joined this webinar from Australia and outside Australia. This is the best place to live. I can, proudly say that across the world, with the kind of weather conditions, hospitable environment for families, work-life balance, excellent opportunity for nurses. Okay, so if I get all the time inquiries from people, we have our UK gates open. A lot of nurses are going to UK, but we are inclined towards Australia. What should we do? I say, if you want to have a quick option, go to UK. But if you want to have a long-term vision for you and your family, then Australia is the best place to be. Okay. Now, I'm sure many of you are already aware, but for those who are probably new about Australian nursing registration system, so there are two types of nurses who work in Australia. One is a registered nurse who usually have a degree, and the other category is of an enrolled nurse who hold a diploma. Okay. As I mentioned, registered nurses earn a very good salary in Australia, almost $73,000 to $80,000 per year. Very highly respected profession. Generally, always in the priority migration skilled occupation list, giving you a very good edge towards your permanent residency options. Excellent higher education opportunities. You can work in different specialties. Even, if you want to become a nurse practitioner, there's multiple options available for you. Of course, you may have to study and prove your clinical practice. But what I'm trying to say is, this system in Australia may be difficult to navigate, but once you enter it, if you are hardworking, there are major rewards for you. Okay. Now, those of you again who are new to the regulatory board or system in Australia, the Nursing and Midwifery Board of Australia, NMBA, and APRA work together for the registration of overseas registered nurses, as well as those who graduate in these countries, let's say who do the Bachelor's of Nursing program. Okay, so the major bodies that you may have to deal with will be generally APRA, and once you complete your qualification or you complete the OBA process, you get your license with NMBA as a registered nurse division 1. Okay, not sure how many of you are aware about the OBA process, but just to give you a quick overview, that earlier there used to be a program called Bridging Program, which was a 3 months qualification until March 2020. And the overseas registered nurses could apply to this program, do this 3 months program, and after 3 months, they quickly get registered with APRA. That program was made redundant, and then later on, they moved to the system called OBA, wherein now nurses are required to appear for the NCLEX and OSCE examination. Okay, so on your screen, you'll be able to see the different steps of the OBA procedure. Start with a self-check, a payment of $410 for your APRA application, which has been reduced recently. It used to be $640. And then you do your orientation, which is an online module, do your portfolio, appear in your NCLEX examination, OSCE examination. And then once you pass the 2 examinations, you finally move towards your registration. Okay. And if you're interested in this pathway, happy to help. NCLEX and OSCE, we provide the training for both the programs, excellent pass rate. We have tried to make a name for us, and you can, check with other people about the kind of reputation that we have built in this system. Okay. Now, the question is about those who do not want to take the OBA pathway. Okay. A note on the OBA pathway, there are always people who would ask me, ma'am, what are the other options? Okay. I always tell them the other options, and most of the time the hindrance for them is the money involved in the other options. Undoubtedly, I can tell you that OBA is the most affordable option that is available. Okay. If you're a hardworking nurse, this process can be completed under $10,000. Okay. And I can tell you there's no other pathway which is as cost effective as this is. The problem with this pathway is you have to burn the midnight oil. Okay. You can get a good guidance, and definitely guidance helps you a lot. But it is you who's putting the hard work, the toil, the tears, the nights and days to study for the examinations. It's a competitive pathway. Saying that, it doesn't mean that the other pathways are easy. They're also equally difficult. But yes, I would say once you get into a university program, you always think, once I'm in, I'll somehow move across it, I'll somehow pass it. Okay. But yes, if you're looking for something which is very cost effective and ready to work hard, under $10,000, OBA is the only pathway. Okay. Now, why are we discussing other pathways today? The reason is the common problem that I have seen with working with overseas registered nurses is time is an issue for them. They can't find time to study, or they feel that we are working, we are doing other courses as well, we have a family to take care, we can't commit ourselves to studying, or to to education in that manner. The other people that who would like to take other pathways is those who appeared in the NCLEX examination, not able to clear it. And I can tell you that global pass rate for NCLEX is 50%, approximately 50%, which means that if there are 100 people writing the examination, 50 of them will pass. Now, what about those who are left with the other 50? Okay. When you write the NCLEX exam the second time, the pass rate is around 30%. Okay. There's still a good amount of people who are waiting for other pathways to become a registered nurse. Okay. And that's the reason we are discussing today's topic, which is what are the study pathways to become a registered nurse. Okay. In terms of the study pathway, there are 2 types of degrees that are offered: undergraduate degree and postgraduate degree. Okay. In the undergraduate degree, you have 3 options that you can do: a BSc nursing, Bachelor's of Nursing full program, which is of 3 years duration. You can do a Bachelor's of Nursing graduate entry program, which is of 2 years duration. And there are very few handful of universities that offer the Bachelor's of Nursing 1-year conversion program. Okay. I'll explain about each one of them in the next slide. Then if you want to do a postgraduate degree, in that case, you can do a Master's of Nursing leading to registration, again, which is a 2-year program. Okay. Now, we have done a detailed video about Masters of Nursing that does not lead to registration. I think one of you were telling me that, I'm not sure whether my Masters lead to registration or not. So Masters of Nursing that does not lead to registration means that once you complete the degree, you'll still need to undergo the OBA pathway, that is the NCLEX and OSCE pathway, to get yourself registered, because the qualification that you did was not accredited by APRA to lead to registration. Okay. And hence, if your goal is to become a registered nurse in Australia through a master's qualification, what you must select is a Master's of Nursing leading to registration. Okay. So I'll probably, pause for 5 minutes. Not 5 minutes, I mean 2 to 3 minutes. Just to, stay with the previous slide and ask any questions that you may have. Could you please put down the questions in the chat section so that one of our moderator can, consolidate all the questions and try to answer them. Okay. So now this is basically the overview slide about the 3 qualifications that I mentioned. Okay. An important disclaimer that I would like to tell here is that the information that you see on the slide is not exhaustive What I mean is that it is impossible for me or Deepak or anybody else to give you individual information about each university. And each university may have slight variations about their fees, about their intakes, about their clinical hours. What we're trying to tell you is an approximation of most of the universities and their information. Okay, so this is just an estimate. There can be variations, and we have to check with the individual university for the for their specific variations. But on an overall overview basis, this is what it looks like. Okay, now bachelor's of nursing 3 years, ideal for those who haven't done any kind of nursing degree, or have not started their undergraduate degree. Target audience is someone who has passed year 12 senior secondary with 65% max. Okay, across the eligibility in terms of bachelor's of nursing 3 years, 2 years, 1 year, master's of nursing leading to registration 2 years. In any of these courses, IELTS 7 in each of the module, that is reading, writing, speaking, and listening, is mandatory. Okay, so if you do not have your IELTS score, this webinar may be useful for you in terms of information. One thing that you can learn from this webinar is that you need to work on your IELTS. Okay, there's no university in Australia who will admit you without your IELTS scores. Okay, if you don't want to take IELTS, you have the option to take PTE. Again, in PTE, 65 each in each of the module is required. Okay, or OET. If you want to take OET, you can go for it. Level B is required. Okay, IELTS, OET, and PTE are valid for 2 years only. So if your PTE certificate is going to get expired, no use of it, you'll have to again, and you should have a good amount of time left on your PTE validity for us to help you with your admission. Okay, no program that leads to registration is offered by any university in Australia online. I get this question all the time. I'm in UK, can I do an online program, masters of nursing that leads, masters of nursing online program, will that lead to registration? No, it does not lead to registration. APRA on their website also, if you go and check it out, there is a list of universities that is clearly provided with programs that lead to registration and that does not lead to registration. Okay, so any kind of degree, undergraduate or postgraduate, you need to be on campus, and there's an on-campus study requirement, hours requirement for each university, and that is communicated to you at the beginning of the academic year, and you need to be in on-campus. I mean, there's no online option for that. Okay, now fees, clinical hours, which means that when you do this program, you are required to go to various clinical settings. That can be aged care, that can be hospitals, that can be GP settings, that can be other community settings as well. And altogether, generally 800 to 880 hours of clinical placement is required. Again, telling you that minor variations for this information may exist with each university, but what we're trying to tell you is an approximate hours. Okay, so 800 hours of clinical placement is generally there in the qualification. Now, fees per semester. Okay, you can write it down if you want. Generally, for 3-year qualification, it is between 15 to 17,000 Australian dollars. All the fees mentioned here is in Australian dollars. Okay. Now, for the 2-year graduate entry program, 3-year program, it is 15 to 17,000 dollars. Similar information for intakes. Generally February and October, but again it may vary. Some universities take trimester in intakes as well. So individual universities, we can help you with individual information, but generally there are 2 intakes in a year. Okay, once you complete your bachelor's of nursing 3-year program, and at the end of your 3-year, once you pass, you need to apply to APRA and get yourself registered. At that time also, your IELTS, PTE, or OET should be valid, which means that if it's expired, you need to again write it, get the scores, and then only you get yourself registered with an MBA. Okay, I hope I have made all points regarding bachelor's of nursing 3-year qualification clear to all of you. Any questions regarding bachelor's of nursing 3-year qualification? Anyone? Any questions regarding bachelor's of nursing 3-year qualification? Hi, Ayla. I see that you have raised your hand.
Yes, hi, how are you?
Very well, how are you?
I'm good, thank you for asking. Sorry, I missed the beginning of this conversation. Just I have some question. Actually, I'm a domestic student. I'm in Australia, and I have been finished my bachelor degree from overseas. And just now, I'm looking to get my registration here in Australia. So, what you think? Which best option for me?
So, Ayla, I need to understand what kind of your, basic nursing qualification is.
Yeah, I finished bachelor degree from overseas.
Yeah, and how long was your bachelor's of nursing?
I finished 2010.
No, what I mean is that how many years was your degree program? It was 4 years, 3 years.
Yeah, 4 years.
Okay, okay. So see, I'll have explained about the OBA procedure as well in the beginning slides. What I'll probably do is I'll complete all the options that you see on the screen, and then at the end you may be having a better understanding of what is the right option for me. Okay, and then
Mm-hmm.
probably we can discuss on a personal call.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Okay, no worries. So now in terms of the Bachelor's of Nursing Graduate Entry Program, 2-year qualification. Okay, now this is a very popular program that has come up in the last, I see a large uptake of this course in the last 1.5 years. And it is for someone who's a science graduate. Again, IELTS 7 or equivalent is mandatory. It is on-campus program, 800 hours of clinical placement. The fees is approximately $13,000 to $15,000. Some universities offer some kind of scholarships on this program. Okay, but again, we'll have to see your individual case to understand, what kind of scholarships that you can get. Here again, the next intake is February 2023, and once you complete this program, you become a registered nurse division 1 with NMBA. Okay, if you ask my personal preference, and what I suggest is that Bachelor's of Nursing Graduate Entry Program, which is a 2-year qualification, is, I would say, the good number of universities that offer this program, and hence is higher chance for you to get in. Okay, now a basic fundamental that you all have to remember is that it's all about demand and supply. Any qualification, be it bachelor's or master's, that lead to registration will always have very less supply or seats unlimited, and there's a huge amount of students who would like to enroll in this program. Okay, so hence you should be a little flexible in terms of, you should be, I always tell people that you should be a little flexible in terms of thinking that, you should say that, okay, I'm ready to go out of my state. Let's say I'm in Melbourne. If I'm not able to get a seat in Melbourne, I should be able to go to Adelaide or move to any other state. I know it's not easy. If you ask me also, I might find it very difficult to go to any other state and start my life again. But again, as I said, any program that leads to registration, demand is huge, supply is very limited. And hence, you require to be flexible if your goal is registration. Okay. So again, as I said, it's a 2-year qualification. Still, good number of universities offer this program, and there are better chances for you to get into this program rather than the next option that I'm telling you. Okay. Now, the next option that I tell you is called a conversion program, 1-year program. Okay. Now, it's popularly called conversion, but it is nothing but you get a recognition of prior learning. So whatever nursing degree that you have done before in your home country, you get the recognition of that, prior learning, and then you basically get exempted from some of the units, and hence your duration becomes shorter, and you can complete this program in 1 year. Okay. Here also, IELTS 7 or equivalent is mandatory. Okay. And hence, I'll be very honest in telling you that if you do not have the IELTS score, there's no point for you to even discuss something, with us. We'll of course tell you the same thing. Go back and work on your IELTS scores. Okay. Important thing here, you need to have a nursing degree, that is a 4-year qualification, and you must meet recency of practice standard. So those of you who do not know what is recency of practice, it basically means that if you're a registered nurse in your home country, you must have minimum 450 hours of experience as a registered nurse in the last 5 years. Okay. Now, not necessarily that it needs to be in clinical area. It can be in the teaching sector, community sector, but recency of practice means you must have minimum 450 hours of experience as a nurse in any of the domains in the last 5 years. Again, important point for you to self-evaluate. Can I meet this? If not, then the second best option for you is Bachelor's of Nursing Graduate Entry. Okay. So these are some of the requirements. Okay. Now, again, as I said, it's on campus, very, very intensive program, 800 hours. The fees is approximately 17 to $18,000 per semester. Generally, there is one intake. Very few universities offer this program. I think I can count them in my one hand. But yes, we can help you in the application. Whether you will get the seat or not, can't say. But yes, we can definitely help you in the application process for this program as well. If you ask me, there are better chances for you to get into this than this. Okay. And I was talking to somebody who had applied to the conversion program, I think more than a year ago, and she was yesterday telling me that still she hasn't received any kind of information from the university, and that is very normal. Okay, so if you are considering this pathway, the 2-year and the conversion program, you have to have a lot of patience. Okay, they can be multiple to and fro from the university back to us, back to you, asking for more information, and you need to provide them. You need to have patience to get into these programs. Again, I'm saying it's all about demand and supply. Giving you an example, if there's a master's of nursing that does not lead to registration, I think every corner you'll find a university that offers that program. Not difficult to get in. But any qualification that leads to registration is difficult to get in. Okay, but saying that, it is difficult but not definitely impossible if you have the right guidance, you have the right team to work around you. Okay, now coming to the postgraduate degree. So if you have already completed your graduation, or you think, I don't want to do again a graduate degree, I'm already a graduate. I have had students who have done their PhD in nursing in India or other countries, and say, no, we don't want them to go back to a bachelor's degree, probably we'll do a master's if in case. Then in that case, you can go for this program, Masters of Nursing. Pre-registration, again, the name pre-registration may vary in each of the university. Some call it pre-registration, some say Masters of Nursing, leading to registration. Anyway, it should be clearly mentioned on the university, that particular course page, as well as in your offer letter, that it leads to registration. Okay, as a registered nurse division 1. Okay, now the target audience here is again graduate in any discipline. Some universities may prefer if you're a science graduate. Okay, so yesterday I was talking to someone who was saying that I'm an arts graduate, can I get into the program? Yes, there's no harm in applying. It depends upon the university how many applications they have. Some university do have preference towards science graduates, but even if you're an arts graduate, you can definitely apply in this program. Okay, again, some universities may say that your degree has to be less than 10 years, which means that you should be a recent graduate, not someone who has done the degree 25 years ago. Okay, so it's again individually based upon each university. Now, again, study mode is on campus. Approximate hours is 800. Fees is again a little higher than the bachelor's degree program, approximately $20,000 to $22,000. Generally 2 intakes. Some universities take 3 intakes as well. And registration is the same. Once you complete your Masters of Nursing, leading to registration, you're registered nurse, with NMBA Division 1, same as your undergraduate degree. Okay. Yeah, and same here, eligibility, as I said, you need to have IELTS 7, PT 65 or OET level B to, do this program. Okay. I'll just stop here for 2 minutes and probably ask Deepak if I have missed anything, or is there anything you would like to add, Deepak?
Hello, Jason. I'm just replying all those questions online.
Thank you so much.
Basically, they are related to education. So
okay.
Yeah, if you are tired, so you can take 2 minutes rest. So I can carry on if you want.
Yeah. Please add. I think I had tried to give the information comprehensive, but if there's anything I have missed or you would like to say anything, please, I'll mute myself and then give the floor to you to answer the questions.
Okay. So I got few questions, I just tried to answer over the comment section, but I'll just tell you here so that other people can benefit as well. So few people asked me about the graduate entry program. Basically, graduate entry program is for those one who have already completed bachelor's level education, which should be the equivalent bachelor's of Australian bachelor level. So basically, if you are from India, Indian bachelor's is equivalent to Australian bachelor. So it doesn't matter, any bachelor's will work. It doesn't need to be from the science background or health background. But if you have got health background, obviously it will help immensely. But you don't need any background. That is the good thing. And then some people ask, like, whether it's gonna lead to registration. Yes, it's gonna lead to registration, and you will be division 1 nurse. That's what we say in Australia. That is called registration of nursing, RN. And there is another question. Is conversion program for permanent residents? So the conversion program, I think, have you finished the conversion program already?
Yes, I did. But you want to add, please add.
Okay. Conversion program is basically run by few universities, only 4 universities at the moment, and mainly available in Perth. Like, if you want to know particular, and there are few in Melbourne as well. So basically that is 1 year bachelor's program. They're gonna give you 2 years of credit on the basis of your clinical and clinical experience, as well as educational performance. On that basis, you can get 2 years of credit, and you'll be doing the last year of Bachelor of Nursing. Basically in Australia, there is only 3 years of Bachelor of Nursing, so you'll get 2 years out of 3. So you'll be doing only 1 year, and then you'll be registered as a RN. Someone asked me, where in Melbourne? Deakin University in Melbourne they offer, but unfortunately, I think 2023 is already full because they have got very limited seats in these courses, and there are almost like hundreds of people applying for the same course. So basically, first come, first service. So if you apply early, there may be a chance, like, you're gonna get offered. So I have diploma of nursing, 14 years of experience, and RN in India. Completed my GCAN. What is GCAN? Is that a diploma?
Graduate Certificate in Advanced Nursing, Rubini. Is that right?
Yeah.
GCN does not lead to registration.
Okay, so what she get is probably you'll get a chance of some credit. If you do like Bachelor of Nursing in Australia, probably they're gonna give you 1 year of credit. But it depends. Like, all the universities, they see your past experience, and they don't like gaps. Like, if you have got massive gaps, university absolutely hates the gaps. But if you are working the same field, and then if you have completed the course and continuously working till today, then they like to see that one. But if you have completed in 2010 and came to Australia and then doing something else, then there will be big problem on that. Otherwise, if you can provide that evidence, then they're gonna give you that probably credit. Yeah, that's okay. 3 months is okay. That's not a problem. Anything else anyone wants to know about the education? Basically, Jason knows. I think she is the expert in OBA programs. She is one of the best if you need, and she has already explained, like, the best way and cheapest way to register in Australia is OBA program, who have already completed bachelor's level education. If you are already a registered nurse, not the diploma nurse, not the enrolled nurse, we say in Australia.
Yeah.
If you are already registered nurse in your country, and then if you have got clinical experience and you meet the study criteria, then OBA is one of the best and cheapest option compared to education option.
Thank you, Deepak. I'll answer a few more questions. So, Rubini, you asked, the fee shown is for local students or overseas. So these are the fees that we have shown on the screen is for international students. If your residency is you're a citizen or you're a permanent resident, you'll have to contact the university and ask for the revised version for your visa status. Okay, the one that you see on your screen is for international students. Okay. Now, I think I saw another question about, yes, last breath, and anybody who has written about IELTS 7, you need IELTS 7 for each of the module. Okay. Deepak, one student has asked, is the conversion program, can permanent residents do the conversion program?
Yeah, I replied him there as well.
Okay.
Yes, obviously, like, you will be eligible to apply for a residency pathway, but that you have other requirement to meet before you apply that. But if you are talking about that particular course, yes, that is eligible to apply for residency. So that's the only thing I can answer. And there is one more question: is there any age limit? There is no age limit for the any master's course at the moment.
Yeah. Deepak, I think my understanding from her, maybe I'm wrong, Deepinder, you can correct me. My understanding, what she means is that can permanent residents of Australia apply for the conversion program?
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
There is no question on that. Yes.
Perfect. Okay. So, so there's someone who said that their friend is doing CQU online and she told that it is leading to registration. See, I get this kind of information all the time. And someone said this leads, so someone said, I think I have done more than 40-45 videos on YouTube about this, and every time we address this, that you're all highly qualified registered nurses who are good in English. The simple thing that you need to do is just read the website carefully, and if that program leads to registration, it will be clearly mentioned on the website of that particular course page that this program leads to registration as a registered division 1. Okay, and I can tell you so many rumors, and people have we have heard this, we have heard that. Everything is available on APRA website. Everything you can you have any questions, answers are available. If you don't want to go to the APRA website or it intimidates you, come to us. We try to help in the best possible manner. I can tell you very proudly, the kind of information Deepak or I give on our social media, people charge for this, and hence you're getting it all free. It's all about just listening to it, finding. And I don't say that you have to trust me or Deepak. Just go and find out that whatever we are telling you is true or not from APRA's website. Okay. Is OBA online? See, the OBA procedure is majority online, which means that the application process to APRA is online application system. You can prepare for NCLEX online. The examination of NCLEX is conducted by Pearson VUE. So you just need to go to the Pearson VUE examination center once to write the exam. For the second exam, OSCE, you have to come to Adelaide for just 1 day to write the examination. So pretty much if you can do this procedure sitting at home. Okay.
Ayla raised the hand, sir.
Yeah, yes, Ayla, tell me, what is your question?
Yes, just I have a question about the post degree, the pre-registration, the master's course. So, should I get the OET score before this course, or?
Yeah, so any kind of, as I said, any kind of program leading to registration, even before you can't apply to the university unless you have all your documents in place. Okay, so you need to have your PT or IELTS or OET scores ready when you are ready to apply to the university.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
Okay, is there any other question that I haven't answered? So Rubini, if you're a resident, if you go for OBA, do you still need PT, IELTS? 100% you still need, because what APRA says is that from where have you done your nursing qualification? If it is from a stream B country like India, Nepal, Philippines, they have a list of countries which are stream B. You need to you need to still meet the English language standard, which is IELTS 7. It doesn't matter you're a citizen or a PR, but if your qualification, nursing qualification, is from any other country, then you need to still have this course. Okay. Okay, now probably I'll move to the next slide. I think a lot of you are asking about the programs and their university names. So again, very important disclaimer, this is an example. This is not an exhaustive list that of all the universities across Australia offering these programs. There are many more universities, and ideal person to discuss is Deepak, or come to me and then we have an individual discussion. But just to give you some examples, for the Bachelor's of Nursing graduate entry program in Victoria, there's La Trobe. And I think if you want to do Masters of Nursing in registration, Monash is a good option for you. Monash is a bit expensive, but yes, that's also an option for you. Okay. Now, again, each university, their seats may vary and their capability to take you in the next 2023 intake may vary. Okay. In New South Wales, if you're in New South Wales, you can do this program in UNE or University of New England, the graduate entry program. Masters of Nursing leading to registration, Western Sydney University offers this program. University of Sydney also offers this program. Okay. Then if you're in Queensland, University of Sunshine Coast, and for masters, you can go for QUT as well. Western Australia, they have more options in conversion program like ECU Curtin. And for Masters of Nursing, again, Curtin University, ECU offers this program leading to registration. If you're in South Australia, Flinders University is one of the common universities that offer the graduate entry or Masters of Nursing leading to registration. Okay. Deepak, would you like to add anything here, Deepak?
Just raise the NCLEX is hard or not. There is no particular book or anything that that is for you, I guess.
Okay.
So regarding this South Australia, there is University of South Australia also provides Adelaide University provides a Master of Nursing leading to RN as well. So there are, I think we have got around 40 to 42 university. Most of them have a nursing program, but depends. But this masters and then graduate entry, very few universities have very few seats. Because most of the universities, they don't require the health background. Because of that, the demand is very high in Australia at the moment. So again, same like a conversion program, these are very highly demanded or contested course. So you need to apply as soon as possible if you want to go through the education pathway, not the OBA pathway. So apart from these, we just put the example. There are other universities as well. If you need in detail, so I'll leave my number at the end of this session, so you can contact us later. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you. Yes, as again, telling all of you that this is not an exhaustive list. This is just few examples of the universities that has these programs. Okay. So Jaspreet, you have raised your hand. You can unmute yourself and ask your question, Jaspreet.
So my question is that, if I did the Bachelor of Nursing from India, and here I am working as an enrolled nurse, I've been to the NCLEX one time, but I didn't pass in that one because I never studied for that one. I said it's just a guessing exams.
So I think Jaspreet has asked NCLEX is hard or not. Yes, Jaspreet, NCLEX is definitely hard. Okay, but the reality is also that there are thousands of nurses who have passed this exam in the last 2.5 years. It started from 2020. It's and NCLEX, although it is new in Australia, but it has been there in existence for US and Canada from a long time. I'm assuming that you are, you have your roots from the state of Punjab, and I remember I did nursing long time, very old, but I remember that from that time itself, and even before that, people were writing NCLEX and moving to US and Canada. Okay, so it is definitely a difficult exam to pass, but not an impossible. Thousands of nurses have passed the exam. Okay. For you,
we got one question. Is US RN need registration to work here? I don't know about that. Probably you can answer that.
Yes. So see, it depends. If you have done your basic nursing qualification in United States of America or Canada, which means that you've done your degree program in USA or Canada, you come into stream A, which means that you don't have to write the NCLEX and OSCE examination. Majority of the time, you get direct registration. Okay. Now there are other people, those nurses who are overseas registered nurses who have navigated the US system and who are working in USA or Canada, but their primary qualification is from other countries like India, Nepal, Philippines, let's say. Okay. In that case, you still need to undergo the OBA, NCLEX and OSCE pathway. Okay. One good thing is that if in case you have done your NCLEX in the last 10 years when you went for your nursing registration in USA, if it is, the scores are valid for 10 years. So if it is within the last 10 years, then you don't have to appear for the NCLEX exam when you apply to Australia. You will get exempted from NCLEX and then you straight away move to OSCE. Okay. So the answer is, if you have done your qualification in USA or Canada, degree program there, then you don't have to undergo OBA. If you are working as a registered nurse there from any other countries like India, Nepal, Philippines, and other, let's say South Africa, so in that case, your qualification is considered from these countries. In that case, you have to undergo the NCLEX and OSCE pathway. Okay. Yes, Sangeeta.
Yeah, I want to know that the question pattern of US NCLEX is same as Australian. It is same internationally.
Yes. So see, the NCLEX examination is conducted by one single body called NCSBN. It is regulated by NCSBN across USA, Canada, and Australia. So examination pattern and the domains and everything remains the same. They do minor variations. Just to give you a quick example, that the weight measurements in US and Canada generally are in pounds, whereas in Australia it's weight. So they do those kind of adjustments based upon the country. But yes, overall the curriculum remains the same.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah. So graduate entry Bachelor's of Nursing is online or on campus? I think I've answered this question. Any program leading to registration, Bachelor's of Nursing, graduate entry, or 1-year conversion, or Master's of Nursing leading to registration, any program that leads to registration is not online. On campus programs, okay, is not online. Okay. Completion. Yeah, Jaspreet.
Sorry, I just checked the Flinders website now, because in Sydney I did the Masters of Nursing International. It was international, so it not leads to the registration with ANMF. So same with this one. So when I searched the Master of Nursing in Flinders University, the fee structure and everything, and it mentioned clearly in the admission requirement as well, completion of this course will not lead to the registration here in Australia.
Yeah, see, don't be surprised. You may have one university that is offering one Masters of Nursing that does not lead to registration, and the same university may offer you another Masters of Nursing that leads to registration. Okay, what I'm trying to say is that it's not necessary that let's take an example, Western Sydney University. So they may have one Masters of Nursing that lead to registration, and the other that may not lead to registration. So it will be clearly mentioned on the website, and also you can cross-check with APRA's website. When you go to APRA's website, see the approved programs of study, and you will be able to see the list of providers for bachelor's and master's leading to registration there as well.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
All over to you.
Just to clarify, that's a good question from Jaspreet.
Yeah.
Basically, Master of Nursing in the past, it just happened last 2-3 years. Many universities, they are offering leading to RN. In the past, it was only for those nurses who were already registered nurse. So don't get confused with the Nursing International and Nursing pre-registration. So basically, what I advise to a student is you need to go and check their website clearly. All universities, they have clearly written this: after the completion of this course, you will be registered as a Division 1 nurse. It has been written every website I've been through. Plus, any nursing program which does not have clinical 800 hours of placement, that does not lead to registration. Very easy. So you don't need to confuse on that. Okay. If you have any questions, please let me know.
Yeah, absolutely. That's also a good point. You cannot become a practicing registered nurse if you're not in the clinical area. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So now basically, I'll just quickly tell you our role and what are the next steps for you. So see, you have kind of got a basic information about the 3 programs that we have told you about, the bachelor's as well as the Masters of Nursing leading to registration, if your goal is to become a registered nurse. Okay. Now, we have also clearly told you the estimated fees and everything about the basic information, whether you can commit to the study, it's on campus. You can, of course, work for your, work part-time during your study. So you understand what kind of a life, or, what kind of, kind of a life that I may have as a student when I come to Australia. Okay. So the first thing that I would like you to all do is evaluate the best option for you. Okay. So ask those questions in your mind. Am I able to meet the entry requirement? Do I have the IELTS score? When is my IELTS score expiring? What about my finances? Can I manage the fees per semester? It's not a small amount that I have to spend. Will I be able to earn money? How will I support my education? When I come here, am I single? Am I married? Do I have kids? What will I, ask all these questions to yourself. And honestly, this is a conversation that you need to have with yourself and your family. Okay. Our role, we can't judge your situation. So have that kind of insights from, sit with you and your loved ones and family, have that conversation. Or maybe you are a person who's saying, the fees is exorbitant, I can't afford it, but I'm ready to work my, I can work hard and probably clear the OPA, wherein I have I don't have to spend that much amount of money. Now, so what I'm trying to say is evaluate the best option for yourself. What is the best option for myself and my family? Okay. Once you have the once you have that basic understanding, you think I can meet the eligibility requirement, I have my scores, I can go for it. Then the second step is basically contact us for guidance. Okay. Now, if you have decided to go for OBA, you can contact me. If you have decided to go for Bachelor's of Nursing graduate entry, Masters of Nursing graduate entry, again, you can contact me. And of course, Deepak is there to help you. Okay. Deepak has a very efficient team of qualified education counselors as well as migration agents. Specifically, if you're from overseas, you're in other countries and you want to come and undergo these bachelors of nursing 3 years, 2 years, his team can really help you with that. Okay. And he's a trusted individual. Discuss with me or my team first. What will probably help you is that give you the options, give you the insights of the right course, ask you to prepare your paperwork, and then forward that to Deepak so that Deepak's team can evaluate it and then probably help you with the further information. Okay. So again, contact us for guidance. Be open with us, but of course do a self-evaluation first. Can I afford? I'll tell you some example. This is a long process wherein you need to have a trust with us and Deepak and Mantra's team. I recently had a student, we put a lot of efforts in terms of discussing with them their best option and then asking them, telling them the options, helping them to prepare the documents, and suddenly the student is disappears. Okay. I'll give you an example. We had to ask a student for their PT login because some of the universities are very fussy in terms of increasing fraud of, people producing fraud documents for PT and IELTS. And we requested a student. She was very interested in and she wanted to go for, Monash Masters of Nursing. And we requested her to give her PT login, and then she suddenly disappeared. So all our hard work, my team and Deepak's team, hard work for 2 months goes on to the drain. And you know that, here we have to pay people per hour. Okay, we have to pay people per hour. So each minute is valuable. And hence, clearly understand, evaluate what is right for me, what is suitable for me. Can I afford it? When I get it, will I be able to arrange everything? Will my kids be with me? All those questions you have to evaluate and then have a decision. Once you get into the decision, trust us, trust the process. It cannot happen overnight. Okay, so it may happen that there is a lot of to and fro between us and you, asking you documents and asking you further information. That is only for the purpose to help you, okay, and to help you in your goal. Okay, so Deepak, anything you would like to add here, Deepak?
I think Daman, she's raising the hand. So
yeah, Daman.
Yeah, hi. I did a bachelor in India. So what is the process if I want to work in Australia as an enrolled nurse?
Okay, so she wants to become an enrolled nurse, Deepak. So, yeah.
You can't just convert your degree to enrolled nurse in Australia. You can't do that.
Yeah.
So if you want to do enrolled nurse, probably you need to study diploma of nursing. Yeah, once you come here.
Yeah, yeah. So see, I think maybe Daman, you're asking this question because APRA has started something called an OBA-EN, okay, an OBA enrolled nurse, okay. I was very optimistic when it was started that probably GNM nurses from our country, like India, Nepal, they may be able to, apply for the EN program and then write the NCLEX-EN. But unfortunately, our ENs are not eligible. ENs are not. Unfortunately, GNM nurses or BSc nurses are not eligible for the OBA-EN pathway. Okay, so what Deepak is saying is correct. If you want to become an enrolled nurse and you've done your bachelor's of nursing back home, you need to do the diploma of nursing program. And diploma of nursing program, we have done a detailed video about diploma of nursing. And if my colleague is here, probably he can give you the link of the video. You need to study the diploma of nursing program to become a registered nurse. Again, enrolled nurse. Again, in the EN pathway, you need to have IELTS 7, PT 65, or OET level B to enroll in this program.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
Sandeep, please go on.
Sandeep, you have a question?
I think Ayla is waiting since long time. Yeah, Ayla, go on.
Ayla, yes.
Yes, just in regarding the masters, the pre-registration, just can lead to registration, or I can get master degree as well.
You will get a master's degree, but your master's degree is leading to registration. So you can also do a master's degree that does not lead to registration. Okay. So
Okay.
it's not that you will just get the registration. Your qualification will be a master's degree.
That's good. Sounds good.
Okay.
So I can see some of university like Western of Sydney, they not accept more than 10 years gap, but there is some of the university accept. So if you can just mention, or if you know which best fit in my situation, if you can provide me all the information,
Yeah.
I would be appreciated.
Sure. Ayla, we have given the options to you. Now, I think that further steps would be to, first of all, do you have your IELTS score ready with you?
I have OET, but I think it's gonna be expired within 1 month, so I will do it again.
Okay. So, see,
Can I answer this to Ayla?
yes, Deepak, yeah.
Yeah, Ayla, you have to apply with the universities because you are a local student.
Yeah.
So most of the universities, they have got 10 years of exclusion period. Like, if you have more than 10 years or older education, then probably you need to write one good statement and then provide all the syllabus, like, whatever your course outline in your previous education, and apply directly to university. So they're going to decide on case by case basis. Basically, their academic team decide the whole thing. We just give the, like, generic information here, but ultimately the decision comes from their academic team. So most probably you may get it if you have got continuous, like, clinical experience since your graduation. So better apply directly to them. Regarding your English requirement, most probably you need to sit for the another test, because you have got only 1 month of like, validity. So it has to be like at least 1 year of validity. That's what they need.
All right. Thank you for your advance. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
And I have got another question. I have done BSc nursing from Nepal. I want to get registered here. What options do you recommend? Conversion course or the NCLEX? So NCLEX goes to you, conversion I'll tell her.
Okay. So sorry, before moving to that question, Ayla, can you please correct my understanding? Are you a citizen here, resident here? Or are
Yes,
you
I
on
am.
student visa?
Yes, I am.
You're a resident here.
Yes, I am.
So what Deepak has advised is the best advice that you could get.
Yeah. So after when I finished the pre-registration master degree, do I need to do the OSCO and NCLEX, or?
No, the program, if it leads to registration, fundamentally you have to understand that why do you do the NCLEX and OSCE program? It is to get the registration, to meet the APRA standards, right? So once you do the Masters of Nursing leading to registration, then you don't have to do the NCLEX and OSCE program.
Sounds good. Thank you very much. Thank you. I
Okay.
appreciated your time and your advance. Thank you.
No problem. Okay. So, Christina Bhattarai. So, Christina, I think I've explained you the pros and cons with OBA as well as conversion as well as graduate entry. So, if you are looking for an affordable option wherein you are ready to put your best foot forward and work hard, then OBA is the best option for you. You have to study, you have to burn the midnight oil, and you can complete the whole program within a budget of $10,000. But if you think that that's not possible for me, I can't put the time and effort that is required there, but I can study a program, once I get in, I'll somehow work hard and study, then in that case conversion program may be more suitable for you. Okay, Deepak, you would like to add anything here?
In terms of Nepal case, like, if you are in overseas, like, if you are from Nepal now, most probably they may not give you visa for 1 year program. So probably you need to come for any 2 years program. It's because of their visa requirement. But obviously you can do 1 year conversion program. They are very limited universities. Only 4 universities provide at the moment. So if you are in Hobart, probably you can apply for those 4 universities. Unfortunately, 2023 is almost full. So probably they may have some seats for June, July 23 intake, but still, it's in very high demand, but you can still try for that one. yes, you can do that.
Okay, so good to know that you are in Australia, Christina. So yeah, as Deepak mentioned, very few universities, only 4 of them with very limited seats. So if in case you're interested, then definite, and you can meet the eligibility requirement, contact us at the earliest possible. Okay, so basically that's
there is a hand raise for Mr. Life is good, beautiful.
Yes, life is beautiful.
Hi, my name is Raman. So actually, I did Bachelor of Nursing from India, and I already tried like the OBA process, and I failed in NCLEX. So what can I have to do? I have to try for a graduate entry program or Master of Nursing.
I think, see, we have told you the options that are like the pros, or the kind of the fees and everything about the 2-year graduate entry, 1-year conversion, as well as the Masters of Nursing program. Now it depends upon you what pathway you want to take. I think you should be, if you ask me, you should be open to both the options, because as I said, it's not that there are abundant of universities offering this program and the seats, so many seats that are vacant. So have an open mind and see whatever best the option you think that you should be open towards 2 years graduate entry, or you should be open towards Masters of Nursing. So if you already meet the requirement, I mean, if you meet the eligibility requirement and the IELTS requirement, then best would be to contact us individually, and then we can help you with that. But I think open to both. That if you are open to both, you may have more chances of getting in, rather than just thinking, I will not do undergraduate. I just want to do masters.
So actually, I have one confusion. You already told me, like, if I want to do any program which lead to nursing registration, it should be on campus, not online, right?
Yeah, there's no online program for that.
Yeah, even if not for the domestic students, because I'm permanent here in Australia.
No.
Oh, okay. But one of my friend, she's doing, I think, Bachelor of Nursing from CQ University online. So,
and that leads to registration.
Yeah, she told me. I'm not sure, but she.
Okay, see, people tell different things, but my advice would be to, we have told you the different methods to check the information. Go to the website, go to the, maybe ask, because again, as I said, one university may offer 2 different courses. One master's leading to registration, one master's does not lead to registration.
Okay, so it's better to check the website, right?
Absolutely. So as Deepak said, if there is no clinical component, it does not lead to registration. You cannot become a registered nurse in Australia without having clinical experience. It's as simple as that.
Okay, all right. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Deepak, any parting notes? I think we have already taken 5 extra minutes, and before so
before we close, so if anyone have any questions, like
Yeah. Do you have any questions? I think we can open for 5 more minutes, and then
yes, I have question.
Yeah, Harman.
Yes, as you have told us about the conversion program and Master of Nursing as well. But if the student is already done Bachelor of Nursing from India and here on a master degree student visa, like MBA I'm doing, so what you suggest? So do I need to go with the Master of Nursing or conversion program? Is it possible to go on master level student visa? We can go on conversion program.
Okay, Deepak, I think ideal for you to answer.
Harman, there are few things you need to be very careful. One is your AQF level. You are on AQF level 9 now. So if you do conversion program, that will be AQF level 7. So basically you are doing bachelor program. Okay. My advice would be, after 6 months of your primary studies, you can change to your course to Master of Nursing leading to RN. So you can do that. That is the better option for you at the moment.
So Master of Nursing you suggest?
Yes. But only after 6 months of your primary course completion.
Yes. Otherwise,
I have done halfway, almost half of my MBA.
Okay. Yeah, you can still do that. So there is Life is Beautiful again raising the hand.
Yes, Life is Beautiful.
No, it's by mistake. Yeah, sorry.
Okay, last question from you, last breath.
Hi, how are you? I'm Mr. Abed, and I belong from Pakistan, and I'm currently working here in Saudi Arabia as a registered nurse, and I have applied for NCLEX registration for US. So I was asking about that, if someone spent 10 years there in US and after that he want to move to Australia, So they are exempted about registration.
No,
Or still?
yeah. So see, because I'm assuming that you have done your NCLEX for USA. When you apply to Australia, you don't have to repeat your NCLEX. If the scores are within the last 10 years, you will be exempted from NCLEX, but you still have to do the OSCE.
Only just OSCE.
Yes, just OSCE. If you have already got your NCLEX score, so what the procedure is basically called score transfer. So let's say you are a registered nurse, hypothetically with the Nursing Board of New York or Pennsylvania. So what they do is basically you have to apply to them to transfer your score to Australian Health Practitioner Regulation Agency. And then APRA accepts the score and gives you exemption towards your NCLEX, and you just need to pass OSCE.
Okay, that's good. And IELTS score is 7 band. No
Yes.
writing.
No, there's no. Yeah. No, even if you're a registered nurse in USA, you still need to meet the English language standard, because they look at English language standard from your country where you have done your nursing qualification, not where you hold your registration.
Okay, sure. Thank you so much.
Harman, you have a question, Harman?
Yes. Sorry, I missed the first part. Maybe you covered in that, but still a little confusion in that. If we go with the conversion program that leads to registration of nurse RN, and Master of Nursing degree as well leads to the RN, then why we'll go with the more expensive option, Master of Nursing?
So your question
is there any benefits
for Masters of Nursing?
Yeah.
So because there are different people, not necessarily that. See, conversion program is only open for those who have nursing graduate degrees. Okay.
Yes.
Somebody who has done, let's say, I get a lot of inquiries from people who have done the MBBS and BDS. But they don't have a nursing degree. They want to do program leading to registration. For them, the Masters of Nursing is the only option.
Okay. So so it's not like we have a higher education or anything else rather than Bachelor of Nursing while studying the Master of Nursing.
I didn't understand your question.
It's just like why we are doing Master of Nursing if we are at the same level with the conversion program. Is it something like if we are
Arman, I'll answer that question. Masters have there is a grading system. Probably Jason knows it. Once you go to nursing, job, they will pay you on the basis of your grade. Okay.
Yes.
So if
basis
you
of our education,
your grade is higher, so you'll get paid little bit higher than bachelor's qualification. There is the only benefit.
Yeah.
Apart from that, if you are talking about the registration pathway, it's a similar.
Okay.
One is education pathway and the other one is OBA pathway. So either way you choose, both of them leads to registration. So Nitin is asking another question.
Okay. So with the all with this, if we are study higher with the master degree, then we get more pay, either little bit, but we acknowledge that.
Obviously, you'll get better pay. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. And just a quick question: do we get any scholarship or anything with the Master of Nursing?
Yes, some universities offer.
You can. Some universities they will provide, but there are many universities at the moment. At the moment, if you are asking right now, you got very few options. Unfortunately, you don't get that much. But if you apply early of any year, let's say January or February, in that particular time, probably you'll get more options. But we are almost end of this year. So basically they have got very few universities left now. So your chances of getting scholarship is very low at the moment.
Okay.
So Nitin is waiting since long time there.
Yeah, Nitin. Sorry, Nitin. Yes.
Yeah, actually, I'm studying a master's program here. It's just started from September onwards. It's a trimester program. And then I applied for Masters of Nursing leading to registration. And I got unconditional offer letter from QUT. But I didn't accept because currently the COE for the masters, it will be having the 6 months from March 5th only it will be taking. So before that, if I'm transferring from this to accepting the offer from QUT, it will have any problems?
Yes, certainly.
So, Nitin, so when did you come Australia? I mean, when did you start this masters?
September 5th.
September. So probably you will. So the starting, I think 27th of February. Yeah, QUT.
Yes, 27th of February. Yes.
Yeah, I got plenty of offer. So if university, it's entirely university decision. So we can't say anything on that. They are the one, because all the COEs comes from one prism system. Like, if you don't complete that 6 months of study, that will block. So they won't give you any COE. Even if they give you COE, it will have a condition on that COE. Okay, so that is purely the decision of that particular QUT. If they offer you, that's the best way you can do, or that's the best thing you can get. So depends on that university, but basically normally university, they don't give COE if student hasn't completed the 6 months of primary studies.
Yeah.
Okay, that means from the current university, I have to get the release letter to the new university.
Yes, probably it has been written in your offer letter or COE, whatever. I think offer letter.
Okay, offer letter is not mention anything like that. That's why
So have you paid already, or you just got the offer?
He just got
I didn't pay. I didn't pay anything.
So
I just got offer letter.
Okay, so probably you need to pass the GT. Once you pass the GT and they ask the payment, so you need to talk to your agent or the university first before you pay.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
But overall, Nitin, it may be safer. What Deepak is trying to explain is maybe safer that you need to complete 6 months.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So see, the last request that we'll have is that we have put a link for the review for this webinar. Both Deepak and me have taken our Saturday evenings out for you. So if I could please request all of you to give us a quick review. It will not take more than 1 to 2 minutes for you to give us a review, but it will be very valuable for us. Further steps for you, as I said, evaluate your options and then contact us, either me. The numbers are on the screen. Deepak will provide you his contact number, and then let Deepak know that you attended this webinar, or contact us and we'll provide you the list of documents that you need to prepare. Look at everything before we forward the application to Deepak. Deepak's team is very, very busy, so probably the initial bit of the application we can assist you, and then you have met Deepak today on this call, and you have seen how approachable he is. So, and then for further, we forward the application to Deepak's team to take care. Okay, and I can rest assure you that Deepak and his team will try to give you the best service possible, and hence any kind of questions regarding to education or migration, he's the right person to contact. Okay. Okay, so yeah, thank you, Deepak, for putting in the numbers as well, and probably we'll send you all a follow-up email with Deepak's website address. I think I've given the website address in the initial call, as well as his TikTok and other social media handles as well. Okay, so any parting notes, Deepak? I think I've taken 15 more minutes extra, and then we'll wind up the call.
Thank you, everyone. This is quite. I think you have highlighted the all parts. I can see probably they can go to this video and then check again. Especially the OBA part is very nice, because most of the students, they get confused about the starting, how they start and what to do. So it has got easy steps that you put the amount as well, how much cost involved in that, which is quite good. Regarding educational part, there are many universities and many courses. Even for us, sometime I'm working only nursing. My specialization is only nursing. I get maybe 80% of my students are nurses. So I deal with the nursing only. Okay, so if you have any sort of questions, if you confused about the course they are offering, you can directly contact us. I can see some people put for the migration questions there. So if you need any migration advice, I put my number there, so you can call us, or you can find us on Google as well, or talk to Jason, so she can guide it to us. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you, all of you. We'll end the call, Shobha, and Life is Beautiful. I know that you have some questions. So as Deepak has given you the contact number, probably dial up Deepak on Monday, not today, not tomorrow, and then clarify any questions that you may have for migration. Thank you so much, Deepak, once again, and I'll see you soon. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining.
Have a good day.
Thank you, Deepak.
Thank you.
Thank you.